Now, the titles we have in Igboland, to the best of my knowledge that I know, let me use my community and Anambra State. You can be a chief. That means you've been given, either you could be a cabinet chief or an honorary chief of a community. Then people can call you Chief Rudolph Okonkwo or Chief Uche Nworah. You can be an Nze. I'm also an Nze. Nze is a traditional society, just like Ozo. Ozo is a traditional society. You know, back in the day...
What's the difference before you continue?
There's no difference. You know,
okay.
Let me give you an example. It's like, how do I explain it now? Okay, now, you have, you know, before the white man came, some Igbo communities didn't have chiefs. They didn't have kings. Okay? That was why the white man ruled through what they call the warrant chiefs. My late grandfather was a warrant chief. Okay, warrant being that he was the Oyibo. It was a white man that gave him that warrant to be a chief. Okay, so you know that's why people say Igbo Nwerah. But there are some communities in Igboland like Nri, or you go to Arochukwu. Those guys have always had kings. Like Nri. Nri has always had kings. But Enugu, the current Igwe that we have in Enugu is our third king. Sorry, is our second king. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
So our very first king was the late Osita Aguna, Igwe Osita Aguna. So the current Igwe is our second king in our history. And you can imagine how old Enugu is. So before them, we had warrant chiefs in Enugu, of which we had 5 warrant chiefs in Enugu. My late grandfather, my maternal grandfather, my mother's father was a warrant chief. Okay? So that's the way the culture is. You know, but you go to some communities, like I said, like you go to Agu, you go to Unre, they had kings. Okay? So that's just the way it is. And people should understand this history. Now, Nze is a society. If you like, if you have money, you join. Ozo is a society. If you have money, you join. For men, as long as they consider you fit, because it's very expensive. Like in Enugu now, to be an Ozo title holder, you're thinking about 20 million naira. Now, let me tell you what's happening. Then for the women, you can do Iyom. There's Iyom title, and then there's what they call Otuodoeze. Otuodoeze is the type my wife belongs to. Because in Enugu, if you're a chief in Enugu, your wife is also a chief. Because they give you guys the title the same day. So the women will join the Igwe's wife under Otuodoeze, while the men will join the Igwe in the cabinet, okay, in the royal cabinet. However, there is a society called Iyom Society. Iyom is like women version of Nze and Ozo. Now, you know, back in the day, Rudolph, how do you know a wealthy man and a rich man in Igboland? By the size of his barn, yam barn. Okay? So back then, Igbo men used to marry many wives, and those women used to go to the farms. Okay? So they go and cultivate yams, and you come to man's yam, and you see lots of yams. That's why you also have a title in some communities. We don't have them in Anambra. Now, another investment that Igbo men used to do back in the day, they used to invest to be also title holders and Nze title holders. Because once you become an Ozo and Nze title holder, in perpetuity, anytime any member joins, you get money. Okay? So that's why it appears as a resurgence of people wanting to belong to Ozo and Nze. It's an investment. Okay? I mean, if you spend like 20 million, maybe 10 million for all the membership fees and all that, then another 10 million for the food and drinks, by the time the next person will join, you will now be part of the people that will share the money that he will pay. So it's an investment. Now, you know what led to this story was, I was telling you that before, Ndi Igbo didn't have kings. It was the Ozo people and Nze people. They were the custodians of culture. If there was a community dispute, there was an issue, they were the ones that people would go to settle it. That's why they say, Okalom Manile. That means you've used knife to cut your tongue, so that you will always uphold the truth anywhere. So the Ozo people and Nze people were the ones that people would go to if there was an issue, land issue or any other kind of community, because they were very, very revered in the communities. That's the role they were playing in the society until, you know, communities now started having kings and all that. So the kings, the Igwes, now started taking over, adjudicating those responsibilities, those things. Yes.
Okay.